Hello! Hi, hello, we are here. It's been a good solid week or so, I'd say. But the Pokemon never ends. Ever. I was catching up with my party because I thought we leveled up more than this last time, but no, we hadn't. We had not. We have 19 rare candies left. So, we're at a point now where I think we need to go just get these legendaries out of the way. So I'm going to withdraw my entire party here. Get back to the grind. We have 18 more Pokemon we need to get our hands on today. At the least. I'm here for 3 hours until we do an FTCR recording that I accidentally scheduled for today and ruined other FTCR Monday plans. I'm doing good, but it's okay. This one makes content. I have made new things for us to look at. Let me get set up here. Oop. Nope, not that one. We're not looking at that one. That one's not going to show up. That one? No. It's, the browser one is not going to work today. Let me oop, oop. Whoa! Hey, we're here. So I'll still be utilizing this website because it's quite useful up until we're past Gen 3, in which case that is where its information currently stops. It's much more visually nice, but I've stolen a spreadsheet and adapted it for my own purposes. And that bot that was putting my video thing in, perfect timing, there it is. It will now link to here, so if anyone comes in and is curious what's up, that's a thing. I guess I could also make that a exclamation park exclamation point command. But yes, we have a spreadsheet. I'll now be filling in things here too. I'll still be filling this out for completeness sake, but we have this now. I'm going to be building this over time to have more information and useful things than it does now. Namely, I want to put some version exclusives in a lot of the notes, because I know there's some weird Ultra Beast stuff where they're in different versions or something, and that might be a bridge we cross when we get to it. Oh man, spreadsheet's slow when I'm streaming. This might be, I might be pushing against the limits of my computer finally. Okay, but yes. Seafoam Islands is the first stop today. That feels like we need to get that out of the way. How? Well, you know, I was just very blessed and fortunate, and mother said, "Hello, 2 for you," and I said, "Okay, okay, good point. Hydrate. It is very hot in here. Thank you." I had my air conditioning on for like half an hour, thinking it'd cool this room down, and I turned it off 3 minutes ago and it's hot again. So that's how I'm doing. Now, along the way, actually, we are... I can't fly to the Seafoam Islands, right? No, that'd be too easy. Where is the Pokemon music? This one? There we go. It's the fun thing where the emulator percentage in the window title changes, like the speed it's running at. So when I boot up OBS, it's still looking for the last time instead of just going, oh, here's the emulator window. So we're good. I knew there was something I was forgetting. I have not been through the Seafoam Islands in Gen 1 at least for a very long time. Probably since these came out on 3DS. So we'll see how this goes. It can't be that bad, right? Right? That's something I should check. There he is. Just so we have a clear idea of what we need here. Is there anything from Seafoam Islands I need to keep an eye out for? Let's see. I think I have Golbat and Slowbro all figured out. Great. Definitely have the base waters there. Golduck? We have Golduck. I think we have everything we need in Seafoam Islands but the big bird himself. Alright, cool. We don't need to keep track of anything. That's handy. What's up? Alex RG Twitch Gamer?
Don't worry, Spyro.
Alex.
I won't be needing any more of your money.
A phone call from Joey.
Yo, Mykonos. How's it going? This is Joey. Got a minute? Oh yeah, I took down an Articuno in the wild the other day. It was a cakewalk. Well, I guess it can't be helped, us being so tough. Alright, later. Click.
Why would you take it down? Why wouldn't you just catch the Articuno? Wait. What? I think I finally need to just put a gain on the Joey's phone calls. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Thank you, Joey, for the check-in on that. Now I'm like, I guess I should kill Articuno, right? I can't let Joey down. I gotta do as I've done. Yeah, let's all pretend we're in the Seafoam Islands, right? Jeez, it's hot. Oh, right. I muted the music so we could hear the phone call. Yep, we're good. I've been streaming for years. I know what I'm doing. I'm always good. Oh, Lord. Oh, right! There's the current thing! That's the gimmick! Right. Right. Okay. I was just like, oh, I guess I'll swim around. Yeah, thanks. Let's... Yeah. I want to save Chansey for Articuno. Do I really know what I'm doing? No! But as long as it looks like I do sometimes, that's all I care about. There's a Golduck. Trying to catch all 251 on Crystal Gold or Silver version on digital 3DS or 2DS. Now that sounds fun. I'm going to be trying a bit of that after I finish up Blue. I'm not going to get all 251 registered, but I'm going to try to catch all the Johto lads in there that are applicable. So I will soon share a bit of your despair on that. Okay, so... not here. Did I go in backwards? Is that why it was so easy to get in here? Heck. There we go. We can fast around with this. I will say, I'm not yet at the point of, yo, I'm going to rare candy my party up like crazy. But we've seen all these Pokemon by now, so I'm going to be utilizing plenty of emulator speed up for our own sake at this point. I'm going to go through this dungeon mostly at normal speed, but when we get into an encounter, I'm probably just going to speed it up, just so you know. Be warned. Oh yeah, how about that, huh? Pretty cool. Good old Poke Link. It is very handy to to the point where I'm using a worse emulator just for it. Gosh darn it. I can move this. This isn't a lost cause yet. Okay. You can tell I gotta warm up my brain for the puzzles. It was a low sleep night, Suit. That's my excuse. Okay. So we need to drop the blocks down to stop the currents, because that's how this is working, I guess. So there's that. It is a Monday. That is very true. Now, I can't... I think if I swim in here, I get currented down again. That's where I came from. So let's drop with these blocks to just get an idea what's going on here. Yeah, they're blocks because they're blocking my progress. That's my excuse. Okay, so we can do this. Oh. Was it always this easy? What? What? Okay. I thought we'd spend a while here. Alright. I'm going to set up my save right in front of the bird. Let's see what happens. We're not even 20 minutes in. There he is! Oh, some coronation thing, right. You all crowned your new King of Soliana or whatever the heck you do over there. So it's going to have a special move. Right. Okay. What's up, Sierra? Well, that happened. It just had to happen first, you know. It was so easy to get here. It had to be like, hey, I can freeze you, by the way. Freezing could be permanent in Gen 1? What are we doing? Oh, gosh. I've had great luck with the other two birds, so I want to say it's going to go great this time. Okay. What are the freezing odds, if I may ask? Now that I've used my one full heal. I have at least a full restore, but I'm looking at this now like... If it's like the other two birds, he's got 2 moves, you know what I mean? And he seems to be favoring Peck, but, you know, I should be singing and trying to whittle down from there, right? 10%? Oh, that's nothing. We're so good. Oh. Farfetch could definitely handle this. Okay, I should have expected that. Go Ducks! I'm gonna listen to Joey. Joey hasn't steered me wrong yet. So like, why wouldn't I send Farfetch'd out against Articuno? Like, he's making more progress than Chansey, frankly. Joey, this is your fault. It even got a critical hit. Joey. Well, you know who would do great here. Do I have a revive on me? Hold up. I think we can make this work, actually. Okay. I think there's a world where we have this, actually. Farfetch'd may have played a key role. Dugong was our usual finisher. Okay, let's see. Now we just gotta sing at this thing until it gets bored and falls asleep. Oh yeah, we could have done the trade boost the XP route, huh? Come on. Like it's Simon Cowell, baby. Let's go. Alright, now for it to dodge all these Ultra Balls still, and for all this to go wrong. Okay, that's a start. Should probably heal Chansey, huh? Have we gotten every bird on the second ball? Or was that just Zapdos? I think Moltres took more, but we got 2 of the birds on the second ball. Said to appear to doomed people who are lost in icy mountains. Yeah. Okay. There's 112. I think they're going easy on me because they know what's going to happen when we get the Johto. And when we get the Johto, I'm going to be sad and upset. Articuno. Yeah, there we go. Alright, click that off. Then we escape rope the hell out of here is what I'm thinking. We're getting IRL Joey calls. Let alone the legendary beasts. Alright, let me check my boxes. I'm still on box 12, right. So let's get Articuno out of there. That's my party box. That was the literal last hit point. Ah. Okay. That's messed up. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we are definitely on box 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Alright, box 8 to be safe. We're filling this up. Well, I need to bring back Chansey. I was just so ready to be done with the box system in red and blue. Okay. I'm going to buy some things we need, because Mewtwo is level 70. And I am anticipating this to be more of an issue. Nope. Full heals make sense, right? I don't think he explicitly has anything crazy, but just for the way to him. Mystery gifting with another file to put a team with Raikou and Entei at the trainer house to at least start with their root data. I'm going to look into that because that's... Huh. Yeah, that's actually kind of genius. That's like actually kind of smart stuff there. Yeah, that's probably what we should do for those. Unless you get lucky, like if we... I don't know. I put my crystal save file on here today. We may peek in there if we need to do some breeding if we somehow have the time. Which it's looking like we may. On there I ran into them very briskly. So I guess at some point it could be like, oh, let's go over there. But I like that idea more. That sounds more fun. Let's see. Miss Cerulean Cave. What do I want to lead with? Poor Venusaur's lagging behind. I could use a Master Ball on Mewtwo. I'm so, I never use Master Balls in Pokemon games anymore. I just always kind of forget they're an option at this point. But I mean, it's Mewtwo, right? It's Gen 1. This is the one to use it on, you know? Why not? It's not like the ball catch transfers out of this game anyway. Let's see. There we go. Can I make Steven a sandwich? After we've bred. Because we will need to do some breeding, I think. We need to start up another game and trade out the starter and then breed that one, right? Or just keep trading out the starters and rare candy them. No matter what, we got a lot of emulator speed up or rare candy glitch usage in our near future here, so either way it's going to get messy. Very, very bred. Do no Pokemon spawn here? Oh, yeah, guess not. Weird. I always wonder what happened to the guy here. Because before you beat the game, there's a guy standing here and he's like, I don't know, kid, it's looking pretty rough in there. But then he just goes away. I don't know. Just swam around for 2 days straight. Yeah. Look back in your deathbed, like maybe I should have swam around for 2 straight days. That's a Pokemon I need. And he's a flying type. I don't need him, but I mean, he's right there. Alright, let's see here. Mew 3? They made him? Chase? I think we have to go to Bill's Garden first for Mew 3 to show up, so we're going to try that after we get Mewtwo here. I was so sure. When they were doing the Mega Mewtwo X and Y stuff, I was like, they're going to do Mew 3. They're just going to finally just rip that band-aid off and do it. But then they didn't. So hey. What do I know? I killed that. Right. Oh well. You. I'm too used to the new games. I was like, that's a physical move, right? It'd be kind of fun to get the experience, so we're just going to do this. Not like it's really fighting anyway, right? I feel like Mew 3 is going to happen in our lifetimes. Like, it just feels like inevitable, you know? Like, flip a coin, maybe, but... Using Master Ball for Fear or Tentacle. Right! Professor Oak's own advice. Pokemon will probably outlive all of us. I think that's probably safe to say at this point. Okay. When I go absolutely gonzo in the head, I want to play either OG Red or Green and experience the original Cerulean Cave layout for myself. Because the fact that they changed it makes me believe that it is worse. It was like bad or annoying or something to the point where they're like, we gotta redesign this for blue version. And they did. So I'm like, how bad is it original, you know? Now we caught a Marowak in Victory Road, right? It's not on my unhighlighted thing on my little website, so I think, yeah, we're good. They're more than good on Marowak, if I remember correctly. Diddle and Poliwag are the same cry. Right. Is there a legendary that evolves? Yeah, the Sun and Moon mascots. Which are Ultra Beasts, but do count as legendaries, right? If there's a legendary that evolves. Oh, there's so many legendaries. I'm sitting here like, I know there's one by now. What's up, Harry? I guess if you wanted to be like real push up your glasses nerd about it, Koraidon and Miraidon must have evolved through evolutionary process from Cyclizar, whatever the hell you call that thing. Oh yeah, Kubfu, Tainol, right, those things. Yeah, there's so many. Every time I enjoy his birthday, he evolves. Oh my gosh. Birthday, Joey? Me when I'm a Raichu. Can't escape! That's what I thought. You just made those words up. It kind of feels like it. I've heard Cyclizar, which makes sense, it's cycling, right? But like Cyclizar? Is it a lizard? I don't know. Just sitting here thinking, like, I have Alakazam. I know I have 2 Abras. I don't think I ever evolved one of the Abras, so I don't think I technically have Kadabra, despite marking me as having it. Joey should Digivolve instead. Honestly, everyone should Digivolve instead. Like, not to be controversial, but it's a lot more efficient. Rattatamon. I had the idea of just a Pokemon, but you call it Rattatamon. That'd be almost as exciting as the Digimon Metabots crossover, honestly. If Joey turned into Rattatamon. Oh. I forgot about the eyes on this thing. Hey, I feel like I just went in a loop. Did I go in a loop? No, this looks new. Tried Digivolving last week and got sick. Yeah, that'll happen. You can't let that get you down, though. You just gotta try it again. Alright, back when Tri-Attack was just a triangle that shot at you? 3 different versions, right. It's a little wild. I'm just gonna throw the Ultra Ball and see what happens. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm very non-committally hunting this Dodrio. I'm like, you know, if we get it, we're good. If not, whatever. He dies on the next turn anyway. We tried. It's being so callous with this Pokemon's life. Oh, wait. No, he's dead. Okay. And Venusaur leveled up. That's pretty cool. That's the heal we need, baby. No more room for items. I don't think I care anymore, though, right? Whatever. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That face expression just looks like a 2000s forum emoji. There's something about it. There it is. The Pokemon Go item grind. It's quite something. I've raised my item storage to 2400 over the last 7 years of playing with like free coins, right? It's nice having so many, but due to having so much space, I just hang on to every item now because I never know when it'll be back in rotation and be useful. Because I have like 20 King Rocks now. I'm not going to evolve 20 Slowbros into Slow Kings ever, but I feel like I can't get rid of those items because they're just so luck dependent if the game's going to ever give it to you again. So I have a lot of crap like that flooding my inventory. And then it takes so long to build up that volume of items when you're out. Like if I use all my potions and Pokeballs and stuff, that's like 600 item slots, and you get maybe 8 from a Pokestop, you know, if you're doing good, like from a gym. It's, there you go, you killed it. It's an interesting thing, Pokemon Go. So I guess I'm just gonna revive Venusaur now. Yeah, it's just gone. Okay, Marowak, we've seen you. Get out of here. Oh yeah, you. 64. Goodness gracious. Alright, well, I'll fight you. This cat gives experience, so we'll fight it. Unlike the other cats who don't. How is everyone, by the way? I didn't ask. Hope everyone is at least okay, if not better. Hopefully better, but you know. I didn't really think about it. There's an endgame cave in Scarlet Violet where Chansey appears with a lot of endgame enemies, and I'm not saying it's like a reference, but I'm gonna tell myself it's a reference, and that's kind of neat. They were at your storage unit, Justin. Okay, that's good. I was wondering how that would shake out. And your $5 million Fire Emblem Fates is in there. Okay, that's good. Long weekend of Splatfest. The communal holiday. Oh. I just want to look at the item. What are we doing? Okay, that's just laying there. Still depressed, but good. Yo, same. Busy week at work. Brody. Do I look like... There's like 2 people here that could answer this alongside Brody, who is biased. Do I look like Brody with the hair pulled back? I think I kind of do. Brody, we can't meet in person now. I just decided, like, we can't do it. Because all it's going to be is just photos of us together, and it'll be like, oh my god, look at Brody and Chris, they just look exactly the same. And I'm not saying they get posted anywhere, but just in our friend group, that's just all that would be. We can never meet now. Yeah, we will just like merge into one person. Like, Gotenks, but hopefully without as weird of a voice. It was Gotenks, right? I'm so out of it. It's Mewtwo! I'm going to milk Brody? No, so we definitely can't combine. Alright, well... It's Gotenks Yig. Oh. If anyone's ever been like, what's Mewtwo look like? We found him. And that is what he looks like. Mew. Justin's gonna steal my eggs. I didn't want kids anyway. Level 70, man. Oh. I never do Master Balls anymore, it's weird. Like, suck all the tension out. Wow. I did it. It's Mewtwo. Whew, that was a rough one. With that, we have not struggled with any legendary in this game after the 2-ball usage on 2 of the bird legendaries, and Moltres not being much of a problem. It's created by a scientist after years of horrific gene splicing and DNA engineering experiments. Don't go ask Mr. Fuji about it. Alright. That's Mewtwo. I just want to look again. Pretty cool sprite. I think the shift to Mewtwo being like this upright, confident, imposing thing is a good one. But I also like the weird hulking, lurching forward era of Mewtwo, where it's just like, this is just a weird monster. Alright, let's see. We're getting out of here. There was like things in here I need to catch, I think, but whatever. The weird cat. Yo, is that shiny? Why you got the mom I threw up pose? Now that's the actual question. Yeah, no, he just has the Gen 1 Pokemon sprite, yeah. Isn't there a small chance that a Master Ball can fail? I heard that once. But I guess it is just one of those rumors that go around then. We're doing good. Let me swap back over here. We'll mark Mewtwo off. As for Mew, he's going to be either our very last or one of the last, because thanks to Experiment handing me that ROM and save file for one of the distribution events for Gen 1, we're going to get a legit Mew. So Ekans and Arbok, Oddister, Vileplume are red. Same for them. We gotta figure out the Gravelers and Machoke situation. Dodrio and Hypno. Right. Hypno, right on. Okay. So we're gonna rare candy spam now is what it's sounding like. That's basically what we gotta do. Got at the library. I have checked it out. I don't remember if I did it on stream, so it's all just for the sake of the memes. Type 1 bird. I'm sure y'all remember our bird Pokemon. Ooh. It is pretty useful. I love that it's just 3 of nothing and then Krabby shows up. And it's that sprite specifically. Okay. Well. What we need to do now is settle in, because now we're at the grindy part of this where I'm going to cheat a bunch. And that's pretty much all we've got until we need to breed. Okay, so I'm thinking we go through and just see what's going on. Everyone in there is set. Hunter, Cubone, Ghastly, Hotmonlee. He's still holding strong. There's a Machop. Do I need to catch another Machop? It looks like I need to catch another Machop. Okay. Also need to evolve a Drowsy. I'm only seeing one Drowsy here. This is something I'm looking to improve on when I get to Crystal, is actually having a part of that spreadsheet where I keep track of how many of Pokemon I catch for when I need more than one. Which will be less of an issue when we get to Gen 3 and the boxes are better and I can just look quickly, but for here now, it's like I probably only caught the one Drowsy, but who knows where another one would be because I don't remember anything anymore. So let's just make absolute sure then, right? Let's evolve this cat. Golden 4-8. What happens if I breed and morb simultaneously? You don't really want to know. We save that for the Patreon exclusive streams that don't exist. We have 19 rare candies. I think it's enough to evolve Drowsy, right? I hope everyone's settled in, because this is what this stream is going to be for a bit. Just this. There's definitely a part where you can just go catch Hypno, but eh. Camboy, please don't speed this up. Me when my knee itches. Okay, so I'm gonna boop over here and just transfer that, and we'll assume we don't have Drowsy, just to make sure I don't mess up, because I do not trust myself anymore. Yeah, no, he makes that noise, and he does it liberally and freely and happily. Next up, Dodrio. I got to the Safari Zone around Box 4, right? So, let's see. There's one. There's two. Okay. So I'm going to use this back up to one rare candy. We'll be able to evolve him before we run out. Level 30? Hi guys. Rolled it and Rory. Okay. Sorry. Sometimes these things just take over. If we learn Drill Peck, we're evolving to Dodrio, right? Nope. Level 31? There we go. Perfect. Hello, Cosmic High. Cosmic KY. I know, but I always forget when I go to say it publicly. So, that's worth it. Boom! There's Dodrio. Done and settled. Okay, never mind. I need to deposit you. And we'll go restock on rare candies now. Breed. Look, man, we can put you in the little Safari Zone and see what happens with my Ditto. We could have a baby Smoothies after you hatch from an egg. We've discussed the Young Smoothie spinoff, but I don't think we've discussed the Baby Smoothie spinoff. I think there's some opportunity there with some of our demographic. I'm gonna put down a save state here, just because it's so hard to run from some of these Pokemon sometimes. Just because I don't trust us. To encounter M that quickly. Don't mind me. There's you. I shouldn't have showed going for the Muppet Spire game because he keeps saying, "Hola!" There's him. We found him. Bye. You've served your purpose. Hola! No, not Moriarty. Let's see. I need to evolve a Rhyhorn. I should evolve 2 here. Well, it's easy, actually. It'll be easier to do that here when we have infinite rare candies. We'll be a little cheap. 1, 2, 3. Ah! It's a great sound effect. If you never played the Muppets game that for some reason is vaguely like a Spyro game, you just run around and everyone's favorite Muppet, Pepe, is there, and he just consistently goes, "Hola!" 161 level 1 Pidgeys will be wiped out by 1 surf. Actually, no Pokemon. In that case, I'd take on the level 167 Pidgey because I feel like I'd have a better chance. Right? Like, no matter what you do, 167 level 1 Pidgey can swarm you. Like, if you're just fighting yourself, right? Human strength is different than Pokemon strength. And it would just be like that part in End of Evangelion when all the mass-produced Evas just start picking. That's all I'm gonna say for spoiler's sake, but it'd be kind of like that, but with a human, and I don't want that for me. I don't respect myself much, but I respect myself that much. Also, right on. Yo. Because, I mean, look at the first episode of the anime with all the Spearow, you know? Like, do you want that for you without a Pikachu by your side? I didn't think so. Alright, there's our 2 Rhydons. One of those will become a Cantonian Rhyperior at some point. Next up, I want to try and find that Coughing? 1 of the 3? Not there. 2, 3. Now I need to evolve 1, because I need 2 Coughings. Oh, perfect. 1 big bird? Thank you, Cartoon Network Obama, for the drink. Cantonian Rhyperior should sound like some primo nerd shit. That's the whole idea. There's Wheezing. Just for new stream viewers to see what I'm clicking at over here. Boop. We are looking entirely at version exclusives, just about. Or ones that aren't version exclusive, but you get 1. Gyarados, right. I don't think I ever doubled back for a second Magikarp, did I? Okay, so let's see. Let's check for that now, actually. That seems like a good thing to check for now. If you tap A while the Pokemon are evolving, they're amazing or heaven. I think it still works. Yeah, I think that trick is still implemented. No worries there. It would honestly probably be faster to just go outside and fish up a Magikarp, I'm not gonna lie. I never got an old rod, did I? Okay, it would not be faster to do that. Let's see. Idea. I don't think we ever bought the one from the guy, right? Can't think of a more fitting Magikarp to become a Gyarados. Check this out, guy. You ever just buy a pet from someone and start forcing food down their gullet until they change shape? It's like I did that once, and it's fortunate I'm here to tell that tale. Oh hey, we're evolving. Boop. There he is. That's a great sprite. Gyarados looks so cool in this game. Alright, let's see. Next up, we need to find that Drowsy. Do that to you? Okay. I can do that. Make it evolve inside a building too, yeah. There's no space there. Next up, actually, bring back our catcher. Alright, we're gonna go get a Drowsy now. Once I reaffirm where to find Drowsy. Drowsy? Drowsy. Route 11 with a 25% chance. Right, okay. Just in that one spot. We are fully emulating now, lads. I wish someone would put me into a jar. Saying. It's been a lot of fun coming back to this, honestly. Aside from it actually still kind of holding up as a game, not gonna lie. But seeing all these sprites again is just like, oh my gosh, what is going on with some of these things? Like, my favorite still is probably Executor, just of like, what the hell happened? It's very distinctive, if nothing else. Dragonair, Dragonite. I figure we'll rare candy those guys last. Machoke and Graveler, yeah. Alright. Rock Tunnel for both, right? We can get both in there. Yeah, okay, cool. We have so little to do now that I'm just like, oh, alright. Once we're wrapped here, we have so much time. Yeah, I'll hot swap over to red and we'll start on some of those exclusives, I guess. I have a fully prepared team over there. I never fought you? Make 2 Pokemon, breed in a jar. Should have put it to sleep and then use the Master Ball. Sideways Cloister. They wanted to do Sevi in Gen 1? I didn't know that. Huh. The poor PokeLink overlay has given up. It does not know how to handle what's happening anymore. Yeah, I don't know, it's still fun. Like, there's stuff to critique, right? But I had a lot of fun going through it again. Poor old Chancers. I've given up too. Yeah, same. Not you. Still not you. It's just the same Zubat. Level 17 each time. Wait. Alright, please, no more. Thank you. Thank you. We got out of the way. Okay, let's see. Feels like a coin flip each gen, right? Like, oh, they might stuff this one and they might not. For some reason. Alright, there's our Graveler. Just as a reminder to folks, there is a Alolan Geodude and all that stuff, but those are completely independent of this line, so we don't need to worry about catching spares here. Since there's at no point where we can cross a Kantonian Geodude over into the Alolan line. Perfect. They should stuff me. Gonna catch a Geodude and change his nationality. It'd be like that sometimes. Like, Coughing does the reverse Gareth, where it becomes British. There's a Machop. That's not important. I'd cross a border with Geodude. Alright, so here's our Machoke. Yeah, I would probably opt for Let's Go also, if I'm just like, I just want to see Kanto again. Unless I'm wanting like the hyper-specific things about Gen 1. But that's an entirely separate conversation. But Let's Go is definitely more comfortable, even with the motion stuff. Plus you get Mega Evolutions, bruh. Oh, I wish I had False Swipe. I gotta weaken this dude. All my dudes are asleep. Let's just keep hoping. I'm going to extract the saves, put them on a micro SD, put it into my 3DS, make it recognize there, and then just use the 3DS Pokemon apps. I think it's Transporter on 3DS. From that brings them into Sun and Moon, and then from there we just export them out. No nickname. It's gray area, right? It's like gray area allowed, but it's the best we got. So I originally wanted to stream this from my 3DS, but that was just a whole endeavor that was not worth it at all. We should get another Gen 1 remake. Wow. Whenever they remake Gen 2, you'll be getting another Gen 1 remake packaged in, don't worry. Oh boy. Alright, we're in Creepypasta Town. Actually, this might be really bad to fast forward in. Okay, good. Self-destruct, my favorite. There we go. When are companies allowed to start doing remakes? Let's go Pikachu, man. We already got there. We are in that territory. Do not worry. The catch rate multiplier doesn't work properly. Ah! Of course. Fire Leaf Green is like... I don't know, it's always felt off and weird to me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't dislike it, but it's like... It's probably the last way I would go back to Kanto, you know? I'm even talking like post-game of Gold and Silver, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, like I would choose Fire Red and Leaf Green after all of those. Like, I quite like the Gen 3 look and the sound and everything for Hoenn, but something about when that was applied to Kanto, I didn't really like it as much. And I don't think I even had like a rational reason for it. I just didn't. Me when I'm going to breed Steven. 120, baby! Oop. Deposit one of those Graveler. You out. Let me cook. I'm about to breed Steven. I had my counter down there as a 129. I don't know what I was expecting that to do. Like, what was I? Did I count things like the fossils in that? Did I just have an incorrect number down there this whole time? I think I did. That's kind of cool. Alright, Steven's off limits for breeding. You can breed me now. Actually, no, please don't. Here's our 3-age routine. Okay. Strap in, everyone! Do the Transformers noise. Blah, 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 blah. I am now legally absolved of anything I've said so far this stream. Slam? No. Nice. Boom. There's a Dragonair. Click. We're gonna need to clone glitch again. Here's another one. You're not allowed to learn moves that are good for you, Dratini. I am going to be preparing saves for starters. And I've already selected the other fossil for red version. Past that, for when we need a third of something. Like Eevee, I think I'm just going to ship off to Johto, ship back and breed it. I think that's sensible. And I think that covers the one fringe case here. Amazing. Okay, let's see. I'm very focused on this right now because this is the last thing I'm doing in this save for right now. We'll reassess shortly on what we're doing. Go away. Perfect. There we go. I do need 4 fossils for the Living Dex, actually, so I need to breed them either way. Right. We're gonna do so much biking around in Johto. Yeah, that makes more sense than going through the entire game. At a point with emulator speed up, if I'm doing it off stream, whatever, I don't mind. But in terms of like on stream, I think biking around in Johto for eggs makes more sense with emulator speed up. Because hatching in Johto is like 50 or 55? 55, okay. Here we go! Oh yeah, Hyper Beam via level up. Sore. We can't not learn Hyper Beam on this Pokemon we're not going to fight with. I mean, come on. Ew. Boom. There he is. 122, baby. That is the penultimate Pokemon we can get on this file by ourselves. What's the last Pokemon we can get on this file by ourselves, technically? So what I'm going to do now is make a save right here. And then I'm going to hard save the file for my own nefarious purposes. Save that. Export the battery file. And I'm going to shut that down. Hot swap here. Make sure I got the right one here. You know, my 72 hours of off-stream play. All the fun we could have had together. With my level 100 team. Just to show off the alternate reality I've been having off-stream. Level 100 Dodrio, of course. Not that I needed any of these at a point. This is the Charizard I have. So now that we're here and showing him off. 123. I figured this made more sense than streaming the entire game twice in a row. Alright, so let's figure out what the hell I'm doing here. I accidentally caught a Mankey on this version. I'm not counting that Mankey, we're catching a Mankey on stream. But when we catch it, the Pokédex entry won't come up, just to warn you. Did I have it with me? No, I didn't. Okay. fake streamer, hates his fans, hates his viewers especially. I picked the Helix fossil on this version, since we had a vote for which version, or which one we were picking in the main one. Hi, important doctor with broken English. My favorite stereotype. Ah! Right, close the building. Did this like last week, why do I not remember it? There. You don't have the shiny charm in it. I had a really bad idea. I could shiny hunt Arceus and BDSP. You can, and even if you do have the shiny charm in BDSP, it only affects egg hatches. I don't know why, but that's true. Because I've also been thinking about shiny hunting that Arceus, so I looked into this. We got Ammonite. Blah. Yo, Justin, there's our charity race idea. Charity race soft resetting on Arceus and BDSP. Oh, that'd be terrible. What a bad idea. It'd be so boring. Alright, so we're gonna count this lad when he evolves. Ow! Hey, we got him! 124! Haha! Alright, I've clicked almost over here. I didn't evolve Kabuto in blue. Or, yeah. So we gotta do that at some point. Oops. The worst part is... yeah, we are level 39. The worst part is that thanks to Go, Legends Arceus, and Pokemon Scarlet, I have at least a couple hundred shiny Pokemon now. Like, if I set out to do that, I already have a sizable dent in that. And I don't like that. Now that I've said this out loud. Alright, so I got the Lapras, I cut both Snorlaxes just because I felt a weird compulsion to. That Mickey doesn't get to live. Oh, it sounded painful. I guess an issue over here is that I don't have a good catching Pokemon, right? I'm gonna start a poll. Polls up! Am I allowed to duplicate the Master Ball and just do this? Or do you want to see it happen slightly more organically? Shiny Pokemon definitely got more common. Definitely something anyone could just do now if they want. They don't originate on Game Boy, they don't count. Oh. There's ways with whatever numbers behind the scenes to tell if a Gen 1 Pokemon is going to be shiny when you export it, but that sounds terrible. I will never do that. Smash cut to 5 years from now when I'm doing that. Got some no votes. That's kind of what I was expecting to see. Alright, that poll's got another minute left. I'm going to evaluate my options then. Because if I don't duplicate the Master Ball, I already have duplicated Ultra Balls. So. And apparently they're not as good. What? What's my moveset on Gyarados? Okay, so that thing will just kill anything it touches. Do you have a weak move? No, it's not going to happen with these guys. Alright, this one's looking like a no. What are my options then, right? Chansey has Sing, Parasect has Spore? Ian's on my page. Then Alolan Raichu Rage, friends got a regular one. Then you were like, my Raichu looks glitched, should I delete it? That was my favorite things in the early internet. I'm sure these are always just fake, but someone would always be like, guys, my Zigzag one looks weird, what happened? And someone would be like, oh, your cartridge is glitched, you gotta get rid of it. Like, if you don't get rid of it, it'll mess up. It's like, okay. And then they just release it. I am not allowed to duplicate the Master Ball. We could have had an all-day Dragonite stream where you kept grinding Elite Four. That sounds bad. We're on the right side of history. Okay, so I think juicing up a Parasect sounds like the idea, right? Because we're allowing all the other glitches and dupes, but not the Master Ball one, which I think makes sense. That would be too easy. Not to mention, anyway, I have to do some Safari hunting in this version also. So I'm going to get a Paris, but if we happen to see something else we need while we're here, you know, like a Scyther? Maybe? How much money do I have in this version? 40,000. I haven't juiced up the money. I don't think the ball,
Don't worry, Spyro. I won't be needing any more of your money.
well, thank you for the bit, Golden 4. Golden 4-8. Thank you. I don't think the ball status tracks when you go out of home. It just shows as Pokeballs no matter what, which is interesting. There's a Parasect. Cool. Look at that. Alright. And, as was pointed out by Goldstorm, I do actually need 3 Scythers. Because one needs to become Cleavor in Legends Arceus, and one needs to become Caesar. So that's actually probably where I'd get Caesar too, so I don't have to worry about link trades and metal coats and all that nonsense. So we're going to need a metal coat in Gen 2 for Steelix anyway. So that just kind of... Well, now I could just do the same with that, couldn't I? Thank goodness for Legends Arceus existing. Wanted him to suffer, I don't know. We can do a quick check. I've got some Gen 1 Pokemon in home. You. Okay. I didn't want to catch you. We'll, once the Safari Zone session expires, we'll boot up home and do a quick check on that, I think. Actually, let me go ahead and get that set up now. mind is not meant for multitasking Pokemon, apparently. Ha! It's him! Yeah, Justin is not allowed to talk about Legends Arceus, not since the incident. And in a public forum like this, it's probably best for his own appearances. It'll just be a swarm of people attacking him. Okay. Home is loaded. Ah. Oh, hey, it's back. There's our Scyther. Boom. We got him. Yeah, the 129 count doesn't really apply anymore, does it? And I'm not sure it ever applied properly. So let's just go ahead and... we're officially at the next stage here. What kind of Scyther? I barely know her. With ninja-like ability, agility, and speed, it can create the ultimate platform on Mixer for audiences to enjoy his streams. Ding dong. Great question. Let's make sure I counted this properly. Yes, it does, and I've already counted it, so we're good now. I need to... hello, everyone. We're over here now. Somewhere around here, I have a box of these lads. So we were checking which Pokeball they were caught in. I definitely didn't catch Zapdos in a Pokeball, so I think it's safe to say that it just defaults to Pokeball. Yeah, okay. And if you're looking at these and you're going, well, why didn't you just use these? A, that would have been hard to track. B, they were caught by Chris, not Mykonos, so they're not allowed to count. That's what we're rolling with, damn it. So now we're back over here. Ninja Fortnite's transition to being Ninja Pokemon. Honestly, I agree. Alright. Do you have Spore? When do you learn Spore? You already have it. Bro, he's already set up. Hold on, let me feed my weird little mushroom bug in the Safari Zone gate. It's like, considering the Pokemon that we're going to be catching, it's like, what? Actually, I probably want him to have weaker moves just to go on the side of caution. You know, we need like Electabuzz, Growlithe, right? Oddish. It's like, I don't even want to get it too high level, I don't think. Alright, let's go catch more. Let's go catch more Scyther. Now, the best place to get Scyther in here... you can buy it for 5,500 coins, otherwise it's a 4% encounter in here. I think we'll give this a go for a while. Parasect is definitely the last of us. Who is Pokemon Joel? Great question, first of all. Kangaskhan. I don't want you. I was thinking, like, I don't know why I thought this. Because he's 3,000 years old or whatever the hell. I was thinking AZ from X and Y. He kind of gives me Joel vibes a little bit. Maybe like Joel's dad. Joel dad of us. 4% counter. Why Why would they do this to another human being? I feel like Cubone is Ellie. I don't think Cubone can swim, so that's a start. Alright, so Kangaskhan would be Joel then. Mr. Mime is Troy Baker. Hmm? Hmm? Troy Baker is Ash's dad. There you go. Why hate when you can create, he says. Then he had a kid and left. Alright, ding dong. Do you think Joel Last of Us is a Gen 1er? I think he's like a Gen 6er. Like, he's just more out of sync with the community than like super boomer about it. Ignoring the fact that X and Y came out like 10 years into the Last of Us pandemic, but... Nope. Game Joel has up through 2013. So that was like the last one he got, so he has like more reason to be into X and Y. You know, he's like, this is the last Pokemon game, Ellie. Okay. They were going to make a Pokemon Z, Ellie. It would have been great. I know it. Would have explained Zygarde. She's in like a solo Fortnite instance. She's like, whenever Joel. So excited for the midnight launch of XY. Sarah? Oh, it's nothing, Ellie. I need 2 more Scythers. I could just breed them, but what if I caught them here? If you want to get really fucked up, I could have been catching Kanto Pokemon in Gen 2 and then transferring them to Gen 1, and that would have displayed as Kanto Pokemon when exported to the newer games. I've been withholding that nugget of info this whole time. I'm like 99% sure that's how that works, but we have a mission. Hi. Ah, there's an ad starting soon. Be careful. Look out. Ah. We'll give this a go until we're like, what the hell is going on here? And then we'll just save state it and be a little hee-haw about it, I think. Imagine if I wasn't fast forwarding through this though, like how long this would take, you know? And it'd be like, oh right, that's how it was. That's how you had to do it. Does that make Ellie part grass type? I was like totally in the know on what this hypothetical talk was, and I look away for 30 seconds and come back and I just feel lost. I'm like, wait, what? Part grass type? What? We'd probably still be at the 6th gym leader without a fast forward. Give me a little more credit. We'd be a little farther than that, but... Okay. JTart9 has spoken, and I'm not here to waste JTart9's time, so I'm going to make a save state here. That way we're not wasting money, and then we'll make another when we find a Scyther. Because like, if JTart9 is upset, then something's wrong, you know? We gotta accommodate for him, he's so famous. We caught a Scyther, we got one, right? That's good enough, we got our legitimate one. We proved we can do it. My dad's not coming back, so whatever. Really? The 3DS is surprisingly easy to mod. What's a 3DS, Joel? Or you weren't there, you wouldn't get it. It was very funny. Went on NeoGAF and posted. What's a NeoGAF, Joel? Oh, don't worry about it. Did you drink the water that Spider Knife asked me to drink? Bro, I don't think I did. Ah. Ugh. Really like calling all cars from David Jaffe. Can't wait for his next game. There's our second Scyther. Boop. You saw a NeoGAF in Utah, right? Why is it that every time I save state, it catches right after? Sorry. I was thinking about this yesterday. I was like, man, every time I've been like, let's make a save state. Almost every time, I have caught the Pokemon the ball after. I'm happy. I'm just like, why is it like this? So that's our Caesar. Save slot 1. Now we go for the other one. Dude, I still have like an hour 40 minutes left. Crazy. I really thought we wouldn't get this much progress today, even with all our little sneaky tricks and such. Except for maybe like evolutions. We are possibly done with Gen 1 this stream. Wow. Good thing I already made the... it doesn't look very good, does it? I copied the official Pokemon Crystal background image from the Nintendo 3DS website. I was like, oh man, this looks just like it. Oh, I even put in a fake cloud like they did, just to be ready. And now I pop that up. I'm like, that doesn't look very good. Oh well. Please no more. Can I just find another Scyther? And I was looking at the dumb little effect they had, and I recreated it in paint.net in like 5 minutes, and it was like, I'm a genius. I've done it. I am the Pokemon company. I am Game Freak. Hi! Hello. Here's our third Scyther. Okay. See, now this is more what I expect when I make a save state. Boop. What online service do you think stayed up after the Mushroom Apocalypse? Definitely Stadia. He would be like real jazzed about it. And he'd have like Panzer Dragoon Remake, and that's it. One of the notes has a story about their PS3 getting yellow ring of death. Now that's funny. I was still able to connect to the PlayStation Network when my PS3 died. That's signed to Jim Ryan. There we go. There's our third Scyther. That's all we need. GG's. I'm fairly certain that's all we need here. Right? Yeah, okay. Oh, also, I didn't count the Jolteon. We have the Jolteon. This is ramshackle. get the hell out of here. So something else we can do real quick that I just remembered. We can go get our Hotmonchan. So we're just gonna run and do that real quick. So I saved this for on stream. Sigh for real, for real. They got rid of Kevin Butler, Ellie. Well, what happened to him? He was in a Mario Kart commercial, Ellie. Terrible thing. He had a right to be in it. They didn't have to fire him. Joel Tion? Oh. Oh. Do we have to fight all these guys? Can we just... I'm fast forwarding. We did this in an alternate timeline. We're in the end game now, folks. This is just how it's gonna be. Shit. Joel Tion. That's like a bad piece of fan art or Photoshop just waiting to happen. Like, you've spoken that, that's just going to happen at some point now. Okay, I guess you can just do that. The Jolteon speed stat. He is the fast of us. By God! And Jolteon has a hard time hearing out of his left ear? It's true. Don't look it up. Ah. Indeed, I have lost. Here we are. The piston punching Hitmonchan. We got him. Ah, there's that sorted. Who next? Well, let's start mentioning Electabuzz. He seems like too cool to hunt right now. I feel like we need to save him for last. So let's go find 2 Ekans. Very common on Route 11, 4, 9, basically everywhere. Okay. I should try to do every Pokemon noise when they make one as part of my living voice, thanks. The chat at 1 is going to go insane. Did I get the town map on this file? Yes, I did. Route 4 is right next to us, right? No, wrong one. Chatot is the brown note. Do my Moltres right now for practice. What is it? That's the noise it makes, right? Oh my god, this back spray. That looks just like Parasect. It's a great name. It's like Rabska and Scarlet and Violet for the Scarab Pokemon. Like, it's a great name. Huh? Wait. That's not fair. That was Michael Jackson? I know you mean for the noise I made, but I like the idea that Michael Jackson named Ekans and was very proud of it. I think that's a little humorous. I'll say it. Ah, there's Ekans. Boom! That's the one we're going to keep in Ekans, so we'll count that. Run over here. Mark that. I read an interview with him somewhere where I think he It was either an interview or tweets or something where he said like he gave suggestions, but for the most part he didn't handle the names, I think was how that went. Screw Sonic 3. I'm gonna go name a Pokemon. Honestly, I'd say the same thing. Catch him. Dude. Joel Last of Us would be in the exact world where Breaking Bad finishes and Better Call Saul is like announced and he never gets to see the rest of it. One like equals one respect. I don't know what's happening anymore. I turned that template on the left off. It never stopped. You know, it was never like, oh, we're done. So I guess I'm just kind of looking at it now, like, can I make it work real quick? Like, would this just be quick to do, you know? Like, if I just drag that over there and hit confirm. And then, like, refreshed this. It's kind of working. Okay, so I need to drop someone off, probably. And Joel Last of Us Tion. It's trying. It's over there trying to do something. Breaking Bad ends 3 days after Outbreak Day? I'm smelling a fanfiction.net thing. All I'm gonna say. Ends the word bite. I think I learned how to bite at level 18 also. Oh, hey, yes. The charity room. Tell us more about Pokemon. Dang it. Jolteon and Eophy. Ah. Boom. Here's our Arbok. Done and dusted. Now I need to get 3 Oddish. 4 Oddish. 4 Oddish. Right. Gears are clicking in my head right now, sorry. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wrong count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're good. It occurred to me that for some of the Johto ones, I was planning on getting them in Johto, but I just remembered if I export them from Johto, they will count as being from Johto, even if I caught them in Kanto. So I need to transfer all 4 Oddish lines to Oddish Gloom, Vileplume from Red, and then evolve it into Blossom in one of the new games, like Gen 6 onwards. Okay, that's good to realize now and not when I've started. Yes! Thank you, the charity room, who's maybe Kevin or Steven, or maybe Stefan. Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern? Are we in daylight savings? Oh my god, are we? Shit. Yes, he's playing Stadium, Snap, Battle Revolution, and Stadium 2? I forget the 4th game. Stadium, Snap, Puzzly. Right, of course. The best one. It's not me as the charity room. I'm over here. It's not me. I'm not sure I have a browser logged in as the charity room anymore. Actually. Oops. Thank you for letting us know, the charity room. I'm gonna go catch 4 oddish. It is so hot in here. Route 12. Route 12. Which one's Route 12? That's TCG Game Boy No Buy. That's gotta be its own event, you know? That's a weird route. Do I want to catch oddish there? Oh, okay, let's go there. Battle Revolution feels like a bad time waiting to happen, and I'm excited for that. What's up, Virtual Cosmo? There's what I need! Right there! That's the one! Alright, let's see how this works. Hmm? Is Battle Revolution going to have Pokemon modded in? Great question. That's a question for Stefan, I think. I have no idea. I'm going to assume no, but maybe Stefan's pulling a fast one there. It is most efficient to just lob a Great Ball. Let's see. This is going to kill it. What am I thinking? What does Leech Life do? Bug is super effective against grass. Yep. I maybe made my Parasect too good. Come on. I caught it! Number 130, let's go! Ah. 12 pounds. It's the third shake, Jake. Just keeps getting me. Okay, there's the second one. I have to presume Battle Revolution is probably just also going to be rental Pokemon based on Stadium being rental Pokemon. Now I'm thinking about it. I forgot that there are a few rental card teams in Battle Revolution. I have thought of that game recently. I have not played that game in a long time, though. I forgot about that part of it. I just remembered there was like a special Electivire and Mortar you could export. I need this too, by the way. So we're going to try and catch this guy too. Hi, Steven. Very interesting timing for you to return. Hey, there's our on-stream Mankey catch. We need 2 more. Mankey, Primeape, Annihilate. I have clicked on the website. I hope we get home support for Scarlet and Violet soon. Because that Mankey can't fulfill its purpose for a long time, whichever one becomes our third Mankey. I came here to buy more Great Balls, but I guess I did glitch all those Ultra Balls, huh? Alright, I went down a rabbit hole mentally. Let's see. You have 2 Oddish and a Mankey? 2 Oddish, 1 Mankey. So 2 more Oddish, 2 more Mankey. Hello, you're what I want. Oh right, the Pikachu. I forgot about the Pikachu. Right. Oh, that didn't even work. Okay, there we go. There's our second one. When can we import ducks into Pokemon Sleep? Great question. I didn't have my Pokemon Ranch. I couldn't convince my parents to weed point that one for me, so I just had to look on in minor envy. Here's the third one. There's some Pokemon you can get from that if you put every Pokemon into it, right? Like, do you just get a Mew, or what was up with that? Alright, here's our third Mankey. Oh! Mew requires 999 Pokemon deposited. That's better than the Pokemon box rewards, but oh my god.
Red, 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 red.
I think the 10 Elements resubscribes are the best. Thank you! Red! We're officially in red zone. Oh, you did miss all the talk about Ellie Last of Us, Ellie. That is true. The 10 Elements Last of Us. It was bad. Ah! Stay! You! Brian Griffin? Brian Griffin died. It's not very funny to make fun of him. He was killed tragically in front of the Griffin household by a car. I can't show my rest in peace Brian tattoo on stream, but not very funny. You cannot make fun of Brian Griffin's death. Stay in the ball! Oh my god. Yeah, no, there really is something funky with the Ultra Ball catch rate, huh? Not funny, Squidward. You watch, this last Great Ball is gonna work, though. That's the one we needed. Okay, what am I doing? I need to evolve this Mankey. Just pluck it and shove it in myself. I think Joel and Walter White would not get along, but I think they'd be interesting together. As a couple, not as like a partners in crime kind of situation. Here's our primate. Ah! Joel deals the drugs, Walt makes them. They don't have to like each other, but they have to trust each other. There's our primate. Huh. Where is he? On my website. Did I fill primate in? Nope, there he is. Okay, so we're gonna get these sorted now by primate. Turn one of the oddish into gloom. I like, but also dislike the idea of this world where every single person in Walter White's life has fucked Ted. And he's just systematically finding out, like, month after month. There's our gloom. What is happening? There's an ad in a minute and a half, by the way. Be careful. 1, 2, 3. Just making sure we're on track here. Candy. Blossom is like a sunstone evolution or something, right? I haven't thought about getting Blossom since Gen 2, actually. Maybe Heart Gold, Soul Silver, right? But yeah. Huh. There's our Gloom, which will become our Vile Plume. Our other stone evolution is Growlithe into Arcanine. So I'm kind of thinking I just get that out of the way too. Growlithe is in the Pokemon Mansion, my favorite place, since it's so easy on the eyes. Let's just, yeah. It's also on Route 7 sparingly. That might be easier since we have Parasect leading, right? I'm guessing Route 7 is the one where Vulpix is in blue? Yes, okay. Wait, is this Route 7? Hold up. Oh! Sunstone. Hmm. Ha! That just worked! Why isn't it always that easy? Alright, so there's our Growlithe. We're gonna make this one Arcanine just to not deal with the PC boxes more. I did catch 4 Oddishes, yeah. A lot's been happening while this has been happening. Growlithe has a 10% chance here, so we're just gonna do this for a bit. See how this goes. And you can't become Hisuian, so we don't have to worry about that. I already have those lads sorted. Growlithe Slip. I thought he was Saul. You know, Slip and Growly. The hit cartoon show. We're gonna help you build a computer on Thursday. Nope. But I'll be sending you spiritual energy through the cosmos. Which is like basically as much help as I could offer otherwise anyway. Dog Warrior sounds like a Disney Channel show. It could be like a sequel to Dog with a Blog, right? Dog with a Log, which is short for Law Degree. Don't ask about the log. I want to find a Growlithe. Are you here? Hello? When are we watching Talking Saul together? Imagine Talking Saul watch parties. Like, we got to get together and watch Talking Saul. Not Better Call Saul. Talking Saul. It's so hot in this room. I think my brain's cooking with all this. This is just like too much weird input. Which is why it needs to continue. Hi! Huh? Wait! Okay, it worked. I need an excuse to watch Slip and Jimmy, because I'm not gonna watch that on my own. It just isn't gonna happen. What's up, Sir 2? I know on Twitch you can do some Amazon Prime nonsense. I think everyone has to have Prime, but there are watch parties. Like, could you just set up a Slip and... Is it on Amazon Prime? Could you set up a Slip and Jimmy watch party on Twitch? Like, let's all watch Slip and Jimmy and report back. The look on the worker's face will be epic. Krub, Slip, and Jimmy sidecast with all 8 of us. Okay, let's go. Oh. Ha! I'm getting the hell out of here. Let's go. No, that's how we talk about Slip and Jimmy. When Golden's not around, that's the one time we can talk about Slip and Jimmy. Think. So sassy. It's like, tip of the hat, m'lady. 135, baby. Oh, and our weird level 20 Arcanine. Oh, we got him. That's him right there. So we'll knock those off. That leaves Electabuzz as our last catchable version exclusive. Yeah, no, these Pokemon are purely machinations to help with my weird compulsions. They serve no purpose other than to tickle my brain and make me go, hey! So I need to catch 2 Electabuzz. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. This'll work. So I guess I need to go to the Pokemon Mansion anyway, huh? Let me check. Where's he in the power plant? He's in the power plant with a 5% spawn rate. Let's go. It's under Rock Tunnel. It's a good question. There was, I'm pretty sure they recently had a shiny hunter weirdo, and he was very much portrayed as like, you wouldn't want to be like this, right? So I guess like if there's any full dex hunters, it might be like that. It's like, oh, you don't even bond with your Pokemon? That's kind of cringe. A 1% Dragonite. Oh boy. Am I unable to escape because of their speed stat? Oh my gosh. What are we doing here? MC submitted Slippin' Jimmy for an Emmy. Alright. Tiger King. But Tiger King, but in... Okay. This is a really good sprite, by the way. I like the way this Electabuzz looks. Sorry, just Tiger King. I didn't watch that. That was very much a thing that was just happening, right? And I was just boring witness to the climate around Tiger King. It is a very strange time as an outsider, let me tell you. I feel like I got like everything I needed to know about it just from people talking about it themselves. I feel like we're setting up okay here. Hey, that was easy. Wow. There's our one of two Electabuzz. That's our Dex Electabuzz. I hope I never do a I'm going to imitate every Pokemon cry thing, because I don't know how you do that. They can wander away and cause major blackouts in cities. Same. I mean, anyone's capable of that, you know? It's not like they're special. Anyone can do that. They just gotta know what they're doing, you know what I mean? Tiger King is a good watch if you like to what every minute. I kinda like to. Kinda. I gotta finish Sol first. That's the next show I gotta let myself consume. Hi! Yo, what's up? Other Zapdos? Sorry, I don't know what you mean. I caught the only one in the world. Aside from the Galarian, which I've also caught. Don't worry. MykonosFan that replaced all the cries. Good lord, what a bad idea. Like, we should do it, but that's a bad idea. Oh, okay, I thought the Ultra Balls are actually gone. I was like, wait a second. Not a bad catch rate on that. Well, if I consider that the Pikachu Cry and Yellow version takes up most of the space on that cartridge, I think this will work. Alright, I'm gonna heal these weird little dudes and take a quick break and then assess what we need to do here. Because I think we're at the point where I need to just trade over to red and then spin up Crystal after that, and then spin up a new save for a Squirtle. We're at the grindy part of Gen 1, like it's just nonsensical grinding from here on out. And then a Mew. Oh right, the cries did get leaked. I forgot all about that. Yes, I need to look into those again. I forgot about that. Those were fun. Okay, I'm gonna stretch my legs for a second, run the AC a little in this room. I suggest you do the same. I'll be right back. I'm back and I'm letting the AC run while I stream. Great idea. Trust me, it's gonna work. Okay.
Don't worry, Spyro. I won't be needing any more of your money.
Fist comet.
Thank you, Wordy Jess. That's the first comment. Me and Steven are mad at each other. You know, I don't have a funny reason why we hate each other, so pretend I said something really funny. It's like, oh, they hate each other. Whoa! There's a lot of people that should be mods here that aren't, just because it's never really needed, so it works out. Okay. We're at the point now where I just have to trade all of these guys into blue. This box is full of Pokemon. Oops. So I need to make a count of how many we're going to need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't have to transport them all from blue. Let me restart this count, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right? 10 elements, you banned Goth Girl Morgane? Ah, that's the Goth Girl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so I need about 15 junk Pokemon to trade over to red version. We might have time for this today. I'm looking at it. It'd certainly be a lot cleaner to not do a few little things next time, but it's looking like I might just have to do a few little things next time. Export battery file. Let me swap back over to blue now. Only Pokemon you can trade from blue are Chanseys. I'm gonna scream. All Chansey Living Dex. Wait, so is it just one Pokemon then? Wait. Alright. So let's go catch the junk ones. We definitely have some more throughout it, but I'm gonna... This was a dumb place to do this. I can go to Pokemon Mansion. Even after you clear the Pokemon Mansion, you have to have the key to go back into the gym. That's interesting. Okay, Ultra Ball, Great Ball. That's good enough. Alright, Chansey, come back. We're not quite ready for this yet. 1,000 of the same Pokemon. Oh, there's only 1,008 Pokemon. 1,008 Chansey? Easy. There's one. There's two. Working for number 3 now. Is this the new meta? Should I just throw an Ultra Ball at these things? Do I even need to bother putting them to sleep? Does this work here? No? Oh. Now there's 4 Pokemon. Alright, maybe Staryu's a little more resilient. We really are at the point now where we're staring down the barrel of what needs to be done, and it's very annoying to get to the point where we can do the things that need to be done. Like, I should have just flew to Route 1 and caught those things. I think that would make more sense than whatever the heck I'm doing here. So let's catch you? No? Alright, what are we doing here? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 Pokemon in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 junk Pokemon. Okay. Alright, Ducks, take us out! What if I could just throw a Great Ball and catch this thing? That'd be cool. Thank you, AE Double! Hopefully it's just about there by the time I'm done. Got an FTCR recording in about an hour, so that's my deadline. No matter how much we get done, that's where I gotta cut it off tonight. Alright, let's double check our progress here and how many we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, we'll catch 2 more just to be safe. Now he knows why we can't hang out, because I scheduled this for a Monday, forgetting that Monday things happen on the TCR. Oops. It's resulting in content, though. It's okay. Right? Man, Ultra Balls really are busted, huh? Oh, this is just a very resilient Rattata. Okay, never mind. Okay. Yeah, this is all Steven's fault, actually. No, that's still kind of my fault. Okay. Said it before, I'll be saying it again. I can't wait to not deal with the Gen 1 and Gen 2 box system. I am so excited to not deal with this anymore. Okay. So what I need to do now is make a save. So I've made that save. I'm going to save to file. I'm going to export the battery file. Wipe that out. Close that. Open up the other emulator. Let's see. Load alternate save game. I have too many folders. Where am I? Here. Okay, let's see. Not that. Visual Boy Advance, battery. Almost there. Alright, so I'm opening up Pokemon Blue. And over here, I'm opening up Pokemon Red. Then I'm going to make one of these visible so we can see what's going on. Potentially. Alright, there's Pokemon Red. I guess that'll make sense for the, we'll see the evolution happen there, right? Then, if we want some audio, I would need to... Right. Unmuting unmutes both windows, so we're gonna set up some other music here, actually. What'll not get me killed? Ridge Racer 4 soundtrack. Let's go with that. What more would you want? You know? There we go. Alright. So my controller works for one window. It doesn't work for the other, so I gotta remember the keyboard controls for MGBA. Okay. Let me actually make sure I have the right team. Probably not gonna be looking at chat too much here, because what the heck's going on? Okay. Charizard, I like the buzz. Omastar. I'm getting mixed up here. Hold up. Hold up. Play something else. This song isn't nearly as relaxing as I thought it was gonna be. What the heck? Damn right. Growlithe, Mankey, and Oddish. Okay. So... Please move, sir. There. Okay. This area is reserved for 2 friends who are linked by cable. That's us. That's us. Are we not linked by cable anymore? What happened? What are we doing? We haven't done each other's friend code yet. That's the issue. Well, this worked great last time. It's working now. Beats me. Now my controller is controlling both. That could be an issue. The Doritos Gordita from Papa John's. I'm so confused. I don't like not support what's happening, but what? Hold up. Okay. So we'll be seeing the evolution over on our red stream here. Meanwhile, blue is getting the Charizard. Oh, the ads, right, ads. Right, twitch.tv. If you like looked inside my brain right now, it's just TV static. Oh, here we go. I suppose I kind of did something flawed here in the sense that I gave blue version 6 junkers to trade, but I have to trade back with red anyway. Oops. If you want to call it the Papadilla. You gotta get one, you know? Ad time? Don't mind if I do. Shout out to Wordy Jess for ad time. Why did 10 Elements ban Goth Girl Morgane? How am I supposed to find a Goth Girlfriend now? I mean, you have the URL. You can just go, you know? You can see what she's streaming. Probably big follows. There's our Graveler boy. And there's our weird little golem. What a gross little monster. Alright, now let's see. Last time it wouldn't let me just do this easily. Nope. Okay, so what am I doing then? It's moving each trade to the bottom and pushing up. So I guess we'll just trade some of them here while we're here and figure out the other two soon. What an amazing sprite. Oh, that was my AC unit. I didn't know that picked up. But I like the idea of starting a PlayStation 3 up during this. I like how casual and cold the pipe trading system is. It just spits them out and goes, eh, retracts off screen. I honestly thought that would have been noise gated, so it's good to know that beep will come through. Mykonos waves farewell as Growlithe is transferred. Bye bye. Oh yeah, yeah. The AC itself definitely comes through. I figured the beeps were safe though. Whoops. I haven't thought about it, but this is emulated. We could probably just turn on speed up, right? Oh yes, I can. There, it was the combination of buttons the other way. Uh-huh. Okay. So... I can turn it up. I was just worried it was too loud for y'all. Anything right around there? Hmm? Okay, so blue has Charizard, Electabuzz, Omastar, Growlithe, Mankey, and Machamp. I need to get Golem back over. Right. Yes. That is where I goofed up here. So I will, for now, send back Electabuzz. Okay. Sorry, my mind is just like processing both of these and is like, which one and what and which and what? Okay, so we got Charizard on blue, which still hasn't. Can I? What if I? Because I want this to show blue version now, but when I select blue version, it's just like, I don't know what you're saying. I think I can now make it work. Nope, that's still red version. Okay. Saving on both of these here. I need to deposit the junkers, as they're colloquially called. Box is full of Pokemon, and I need to Mankey is gotten, so I don't need to get Mankey. New Chancellor's Evolution, Junkers. I'd hang out with the Junkers. So we got the one Mankey. Let's get Prime Ape. Hitmonchan. Ekans. And Scyther. So that gives me 6 new Pokemon. Wait. 6 new Pokemon that the other version doesn't have. Back home in blue, our main file. And what I need to do over here that you're not allowed to see thanks to OBS is I need to drop off all of these Pokemon. Alright, box 8's full, so I'm going to deposit Machamp and Golem in box 9. You wouldn't think managing 2 instances of this would be so confusing, but it really is. Alright, so I'm withdrawing the Junkers, Rattata, Pidgey, Rattata, Horsey. I'm going to deposit Golem. Goldeen, Staryu. I can't take any more Pokemon. Okay. So now we can just go back and do this again. Oh, that's the issue. Player 1 needs to initiate the link thing, and then player 2 will be allowed to. The link has been closed because of an activity. Okay, it just works eventually. I am putting these save files back onto my 3DS and then ejecting the saves into the 3DS Virtual Console versions of Red and Blue. That way I can then go through the Poke Transporter app on 3DS and send them to Sun and Moon, and then from there they get sent to Pokemon Bank and then Pokemon Home. It's a whole process. But this way I am able to show the emulated files through streaming. There we go. The fast forward like turns itself off sometimes, so I'm always a little like, what? Oh, here we go. This is the one. Yes, please trade. I am, yeah, it involves 3DS Homebrew, which is like definitely iffy from a I am the Pokemon Company standpoint, and I'm judging this. But for me, I am totally okay with it, of course. In my mind, the way I justify it is like, oh, it's kind of like a Switch, right? Like my PC's the dock now. And my 3DS is like the portable version. It's what they meant. It's what they always wanted. Okay, so we have traded those 6 over. Now we can go to reset Oh. There. Whoa. Okay. Control manually now. Bring in the junkers. Say goodbye to 30% of my salary for life. Luckily, A, I don't make a salary, and B, I'm not selling pirate mod chips. So I think I'm safe. Not that that guy deserved to lose 30% of his wages for life, but it was also very explicitly illegal and bad and weird. That was a weird situation from like every angle. I didn't really get a good read on anything with that other than, oh, he was like a supreme hacker. He's like a supreme pirate man. Let's see. Wild plume. Oh, I'm getting like mixed up. I'm like, what have I done? Which is on which game? I mean, what? The Buzz, Primate, Hitmonchan, Ekans, Scyther. Two, three trade fodder boys. Is that all? Two, three. One, two, three. Oh, I only left for gaps in this Pokédex. I need to send over the Arbok. The entire Oddish family has not touched this. Okay. So, an Oddish. A Gloom? Wherever it may be. There's Gloom. Okay, it's in my party. Jeez. Okay, Oddish, Gloom, Vileplume, Arbok, Arcanine, and that's everything I can send over. Okay, so I need 5 Junker Pokemon, and I know I'm talking about things you can't see right now, but I'm almost there. Bill's PC, Goldeen, I think I need to catch one more Junker. I think that's the issue. Box 9? What's in box 9 over here? Minky and Machamp. What about box 7? You know what? No. Again, sorry, you can't see it. I gotta go catch another Rattata or something. Be right back. Oh my lord. This is silly. Okay. I found one. Ultra Ball. It's shaken. Oh, I broke out. It's a level 3 Pidgey. What's the worst that can happen? Great Ball? He broke out the last shake on a great ball too. We're getting there. Okay, we got it. I also wish they would just put red, blue, and yellow on Nintendo Switch Online, by the way. That'd be very handy. It'd be nice for people to just be able to play these easily, right? I feel like a lot of people would freak out if they could just do this on Switch. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are good. These are the last 5 I need to trade over from red and blue, for right now at least. The cross-play thing with Stadium, yeah, that'd be great. If only, right? It'll come. I'm very confident that it's on its way. It'll just be weirdly late, as per usual. I would not be surprised if, when's the 10th anniversary of Pokemon? 2026? Sorry, not 20th, 30th. That feels like when that will happen. That's just my weird guess. They're very stringently attached to their anniversary dates for some things. And I have like a weird pet peeve with people who think everything every company does in the gaming space is tied to anniversaries, but with Pokemon, they do actually really like their anniversaries. Alright, there's one trade. Ugh. Staryu for Gloom. And just for clarification, because we've been lost in the weeds here, I'm not going to send like every single instance of a Pokemon over to blue, right? Like, I'm not going to trade the 4th Oddish to blue right now. That's going to become a Blossom later. For my own sanity, and also because there's not really a point. Like, it doesn't need to be on blue, you know? We can just export it from red. At this point, it's like we've basically already got the Pokédex almost done, so I'm kind of just sending some of these over just to have filled that out. We're being a little silly. We're being a little goofy, is what I'm trying to say. Trade complete. Goldeen for Vileplume. I love being goofy. That's all I have. Oh yeah, they have been starting every single one of those for a while now with like, here's Pokemon from throughout the years. Remember when you played on your Game Boy? And people are like, oh, I remember playing on the Game Boy. Could I play that on my Switch? No, you can't. Here's Sun and Moon 3. You're like, oh, okay. Oh. We've done it. Those are both saved. I want to load in and make a new save on each, and then make the battery save, export, and whatnot, so that we're good. Both are saving, yes. Okay, so I'm going to... Wait, these make automatic saves. I don't need to do that. Okay. And there's blue now that I closed that. Okay, so we're gonna go by the Pokédex tracker on this. We are up from 137 now. We're also going to be referencing I-made-a.website just to go through here. Machamp and Golem. Boop, boop. We have those. $139 out of 151. Because all these I ticked off as I was going through. $139 out of 151. Okay. Wow. Oh. Oh yeah, the GBA trades. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Find some AA batteries for those if you got the OG GBA. That's fun. Feels good. We're not done, but it feels good. We are filled out, boy. 641. Justin, I will ban you. Sorry, that was mean. It's true, though. Let's go into our mess of PC boxes and find wherever Kabuto is, because we need to level up Kabuto and evolve him. Kabuto? 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 I grew up saying Kabuto, but I guess I don't know, huh? There he is. This won't adjust our count, but it will fill out this part of the Pokédex. North slash. Only 12 more creature men. Look at that boy. Oh. Now let me transfer that click on the website. Okay, so what I have left then, I need to send Omastar and Kabutops to Johto to breed. Same with Vaporeon or Jolteon to get 2 more EVs. And then 2 Bulbasaurs, 2 Charmanders, and I need to procure a Squirtle. And then the Mew. And then we're done for Gen 1. Get in there. We're gonna do... I have decided that we're gonna do one more thing. Maybe go stronger, not taller. You don't know that. It could happen. Well, that sucks. Wait. Oh, thank you for handing me a Squirtle. By the way, add in 30 seconds, because that's still happening. Ah! Wait. Multiplayer window. There we go. So we got this loading up. I'm gonna load in Pokemon Blue. On the other, we're gonna load in Pokemon Red. I've decided we're gonna trade one more weird little guy in. Bad, more like bad. That's a bad advertisement. I'm messing with some dark forces here. Oh, right, I can't. I was like, yeah, let's get the game audio in for this one. No, we can't. Right. There we go. We're doing one more thing. Just one more. Chadvertisement? Wait, what's going on over there? Oh, the Red Bull ad's hidden. We know what's up. Ads in progress, so I'll give this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo! And I think we're back from the ad now. So we'll wrap this up. I figured I was going to save this for the end, but why not just get this out of the way now, since we'll be having to move to Johto for pretty much any further progress. Yo, shot 2048, hold up. I made a mistake. I didn't want to trade Arbok. Oops. We're gonna have to trade back for Arbok with Ash Ketchum. Hold up. Bring him back! Bring him back! And you'll find Jeffrey. The OT is going to be Yoshira, the official Gen 1 event OT. Hold up, this music's about to fucking bust though. There's Mew. We have to meekly ask for this to come back though. Hold up. Give me back my Arbok. Ah, okay. I'm not like... I'm accepting this, but there's a process glitch with many steps that you can go through in Gen 1 where you can get a Pokemon home legit passing Mew with your OT. I'll probably be doing that in my own time because that does involve just playing through the game again. But I figure this one passes through also, and it'd be kind of cool to have. It's a gray area mythical. This isn't allowed, but I'm going to get it while we're here. So shout out to Experiment for sending me the file for this. End. And. And oh, the Ridge Racer music slaps. I am very proud to report. Proud as if I had anything to do with it. Just replicated the event that launched with Red Blue 3DS. That is maybe what I'll look into instead. Because honestly, that's probably what I'd prefer. But that does mean we have a Mew. So we're going to load in here and look at him real quick and go, oh my god, you have a Mew. Wow. Everyone, Chris is so great. He did it. Oh my god. He's pounding it. Go look at his Pokedex entry. New species. Still said to be a mirage by many experts. Only a few people have seen it. Wow. Wow, I'm so cool. Okay. So if you're looking at the 144 and wondering about how that contrasts with the 140, just to remind you, I'm counting Living Dex. So while in this Pokédex we have Kabuto and Kabutops, I do not have a Kabuto anymore. So that's why, along with Bulbasaur and Venusaur and Eevee, we are 4 separate from the Pokédex count, because we still got to get those guys separately. There's one more thing we can do. There is one more thing we can do. Did I trade a virtual Dion? Hold up. Oh, okay, we did. Whew. I was like, oh my god, I don't want to go through that again. Okay. There's one more thing we can do, so we're going to do it. Get in there. Okay, that's too fast. In GBA speed up is I haven't found a way to assign that controller input yet, so it's a little more deliberate. Okay. My thinking is, I only have a few minutes, but what if we started a new save and got Squirtle and then just sent it over? And that's kind of what I'm thinking. We just need to be careful here, actually. So we're gonna get rid of that. Oh, okay. Let's see. Load recent red. And then I'll go, oop. And then I'll go, oop. And then I'll go, oop. That's me trying to summon the game audio. It's not working so far. And then I'll go, oop. Ah. Hey, there it is. Okay, we're good. One time I went soup, and it was kind of a problem. Skill issue. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not saving over my other one. You know what I mean? Pokemon New Red. Yeah. Load from file. Pokemon New Red. How long until you can trade is a great question. I want to say it's immediate. If it's not, this is going to be anticlimactic, I guess. Even more than it already will be. John. Fucking hate John, bro. Whee! Oh, the tiny turtle Pokemon! As soon as you have 2 Pokemon in your party. Right, I guess that makes sense, huh? So we still gotta catch a Pokemon too? Ugh. Gross! gonna be fun when I get to newer games and can't emulator speed up anymore. Not you. I don't need you. Almost there. I think I'll be able to finish this just in time. As long as I assume that David won't be punctual for FTCR recording. It's kind of a coin flip. Sometimes he's there right on the dot, sometimes he's like 3 or 4 minutes after. That's my wiggle room. I don't know why I'm pinning this on David, but it's easier to blame David. Okay. So I guess this is, yeah, this is kind of the question, right? It's like I could ship the starters off to Kanto, but it's also real easy and fast to just do it this way, you know? Because now I can trade. So we'll open up a multiplayer window. Oh, we can't. Hold up. Save the file. Pokemon New Red. Export battery file. In a different folder. Pokemon New Red. That's how I'm figuring this out here. He is a good boy. He is a good boy. But sometimes he's not. And that's when we find him. No. There we go. I was trying to go on to the second one they opened up, and I was like, we're not doing that. Okay, save games, load. This one. I do have to record in like 2 minutes, yeah. Come on, Mom, just 5 more minutes. You never let me do anything. That's the wrong save file. Hold up. Battery. This one. I also miss David. I haven't spoken to him in 3 days. Kind of a long time if you think about it. This is the wrong red. I'm getting there. Yeah, Mom, I'm just duplicating Pokemon and sending it between my 2 instances of the GBA on the computer. Not like you'd get it. Oh, I thought the SFX... Why did I read that as the beta just got cancelled? I was like, that's not exciting. Why are you excited for that? I'm gonna build... That's still the wrong one! Wait... This may not be going as Girlboss gatekeepy as I was hoping it would. This might require a little further, Yeah, it's just loading up the actual main save of Red, despite what we did. Oops. This might be end of the road tonight, everyone. Darn, I must be in Fortnite. Wait, is that Skull Trooper skin? Okay, I'll have to figure that out. We got Mew. That's the last one we got today. Tomorrow at shout out Crub_official, I will be chatting with the Golden Bolt. 10 elements used, add permitted term. I'm going to kill you. That must have been a Nick message. The Golden Bolt, JTart9, Moriarty, Mr. Exert, myself. Did we have a fifth person? Hold on. Hold up. That Trav guy to discuss, I don't think we've said publicly, but I'm going to say it. Basically, things you had to be there for, experiences that are gone and lost to time, things that are better when you're there together, here and there. It's like a double-pronged topic, and I'm talking about it badly, which is why you need to show up tomorrow to understand what we're doing. That'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern, basically this time tomorrow. That will be happening. Before that, I may come back and wrap up the final parts of this. I may. Because we are almost there. I gotta update this spreadsheet. Oh, but we're almost there. So we'll send some Pokemon to the future in Johto, make them fuck, and then send them back in time? It's a normal thing to do. Alright. But yes, that's what we're looking at. We're almost there. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight, and getting a lot of progress done. We got like 30 more done here. Ooh, Virtua Kazuma is playing like a Dragon Ishin. He's in session 11, so I might be sending you off to spoilers. Shout out, not shout out, raid Virtua Kazuma. Go say hi, he's a nice guy. See where he's at in like a Dragon Ishin. He's further than I am. Alright, yes, thank you, we're almost done, feels good. Go stretch your legs and eat dinner. We're almost done. Just waiting on this to count down so I can go offline. Ah!